Today we're here for a songwriting workshop where we're pairing ex-prisoners with AMA UK members to bring out their stories and to create some new music for us. We were introduced to Finding Rhythms, which is a charity we're working with today, by Ross Bell, one of our members.
Initially, I had my concerns about was everyone going to be available? Was life going to get in the way? Was everyone going to turn up? They did, and when they got here, I realised that any concerns that I might have had dissipated immediately with the incredible energy that was in the room.
Today is a collaboration, I guess, between different parts of our community. We have people here who have lived experience, and we also have professional songwriters. And I think it's an opportunity for people to come together and, I guess, find a commonality and a human connection in places where they wouldn't normally be looking.
I've had no experience of anyone who's ever been to prison before. To have the concept and be told that you're going to be running a day co-writing and songwriting with songwriters, obviously I'm very familiar with, but people that have had that lived experience is concerning because you just don't know who you're going to encounter.
I think there's going to be some really raw, probably some quite difficult sessions with people reflecting on things that have happened and seeing where the music can take that. I guess it's quite interesting having other people work with your stories and your lived experiences to seeing how they interpret that through the music.
So, as long as we kind of have a main idea to focus around, a lot of people start writing songs by choosing the title, and they do it all around there. But I really do like the idea of it being a journey because that is how we've talked about your life.
Yeah.
I feel like everything that's happened, especially with how it happened, how you went to prison, it was like you were kind of...
I was in a bad situation.
It wasn't fair. And
no. Life isn't fair.
No.
As a charity, when we deliver our workshops, albeit in prisons or in community settings with people with lived experience, I honestly, in 20 years of doing this work, we've produced over 2,500 songs, and I have never seen it not work.
Okay. So, I do like starting with, I was married with 6 kids. Are you just okay just having everything out on the table in this song?
That's what songs do. That's what songs are about, though, just letting it out there.
People have to search deep inside themselves to really pull something out, and I think that's why it works. I think we're not framing this as we're professional and therefore we have to produce for the record label. There's something else that actually scrubs away the perceptions you have of the music industry, and you start in a very special place, which is an authentic place of communication. So I think that's why it works.
I've made a tough stuff, but sometimes life be rough. When I allow drugs to come into my life.
What does music mean to you?
It means everything, bro. I've been through a hell of a lot, you know? Like, I'm 57 years old, bro. I never thought I'd be in the uni and back doing my music. It was only through going to prison that I met Inhouse Records. And I'm back here, and I'm back out, and I have a few songs out, and I'm back gigging, and it's wonderful. I couldn't wait to chase behind the dragon as it climbed up and down the fire. That's what I wrote. This is a video that's out now. It's not even out yet. That's right, that's right, that's right, that's right. Then I saw it coming, this great glimmer of hope. As well as guiding blood. Yeah, I do rock and blues, mainly. You know, that's what I usually do. But I don't mind a bit of acoustic. I do some acoustic as well. But I'm not as good as this guy on the guitar. He's amazing.
We're sponsored by the MU, which is vital to us. We couldn't run this sort of operation without their help. It's really important because, our members are all musicians. They should all be members of the MU as well. And we recognise the great work they do.
As a trade union, equality is at the heart of our work, and we want to make sure that the music industry is inclusive and that it works with underrepresented groups and vulnerable people to help people make music and to tell people stories.
How you getting on, Carl, with like this this little break? I think.
Yeah, I've got something.
If you
Do
like,
you want a quick rehearsal with me on Find the Harmony?
Let's do it.
let
Let's
you do it.
Okay.
If you're recording though, you'll have one job other than the main job, is you have to press the cut buttons on there.
Yeah. Cut buttons.
This.
There's two cut buttons.
So just press them, yeah?
Yeah, just press them. Press them now. Yeah.
One of the DNA strands of the charity for me is that we record the songs, and that's a really important process. And I'm really pleased to say that of all the 2,000 plus songs that the charity has produced over the last 10, 15 years, it's all available on Spotify. And families and friends can listen to that and be reminded of the wonderful experiences they've had in songwriting.
Please God, hear my cry, car the old me is left. I want to get back to the future, car that's beating in my chest is a heart full of love, and it's time for me to invest.
Yes! Yes! That was so fucking good.
And there's a couple little word traffic in there, but we can neaten it.
One thing particularly interesting about today is that the incoming cohort are not necessarily Americana artists. They've worked in rap and other genres, R&B. So it's interesting from both sides to learn how other people operate, how people write a song on an acoustic guitar, how people spit bars, you know, and how to get those two things to marry into something new.
Yeah, I've got another line after blues though.
Yeah. Well, we can add
At the end of
extend that.
Yeah. Sick,
Yeah.
sick.
So do the
Sick.
rhythm and blues bits.
Cool. So
get with it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
To get with it, cut ties from the so-called news. You get a better inner feeling from some rhythm and blues. Maybe some jazz, rock or hip-hop is the cure that you seek. This music only makes you stronger, TV makes you weak. And I've started the thing there.
There were people that were in this room today that had never written a song before, that had never been in a co-writing session, were very afraid to be here and very vulnerable. But their bravery allowed them to have a wonderful experience. Transformative, I believe, in a couple of cases.
So, if we start with...
To be a person that has gone through the experiences they have, to be rejected by society and the families and friends, and come through that experience, to be then welcomed here by those songwriters and by the AMA, that's powerful. That's genuine power.
I saved up my money for a cheap radio, put it to my ear. There's a place I could go. Through the dark storm, I saw my first rainbow. I quite like the idea of seeing your first rainbow as a kid. So you're in the radio, you're in that land, you're in that safe space of your thoughts and your imagination. How is that safe space being threatened? Like how were...
Well, normally it would be my dad coming in and snatching the radio away from...
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
What would you do with it?
He'd put it downstairs and then I'd reclaim it the next day, and they used to come and check on us, and if I used to have it under the pillow, so that the sound wouldn't carry it, and they wouldn't know I had it on. But my sister used to tell on me sometimes because she didn't like it. We shared a room and she wasn't into having the music on.
Songwriting is a key part of Americana. I mean, it's all about the stories. You look at the songs of everybody, Johnny Cash, John Prine, Lucinda Williams, they're all bringing tales out of their own lives or of other people's lives, their thoughts and their emotions as well.
No, there's more to it there, man.
Yeah, I know.
There's something more deeper.
Yeah. I found our answers. This is where the writer's block comes in.
Let's put them on a new road then. literally.
And our answers on the troubled road from the middle of nowhere, our lives began.
Today has been absolute magic. We've seen every single room that we've had today go from blank sheet of paper to finished song, and the finished songs were not just ordinary, they were absolutely incredible.
It was really, really good. From the offset, we just clicked straight away with it. We played each other a couple of tunes just to break the ice. I think we were both nervous because we never met each other before, never done this before. A couple of common grounds. We both come from an island instead of a country. It's divided, Cyprus, Ireland, respectively. And we wrote a song today called Middle of Nowhere.
To meet George and bounce off him and have great people around me all day, it's been really good, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
Most of us are affected by words and songs, and at some point in your life you will have reached vulnerability of some description, whether it's had lived experience in the prison estate, whether you've lost someone you love, whether you've fallen in love with somebody. There is always a song for everyone, and I think that words and lyrics in songs always resonate with people, and it does have a deeply effective change on people.
I was married with 6 kids, and he was there, but he weren't around. Too many chances, too hard to count. I was lost, never found. He knew how to use me. He was there but wasn't around.
Yeah, because a lot of the time he just didn't feel like he was, and I did feel alone a lot of the time, isolated.
Yeah. This is very like dark country, which is my favorite.
That's it.
We just started to get to know each other, just a general chat, and then I was telling Savannah some of my story, and we just started to sort of get from there. Like she was taking notes down, and then we just come up with a song, changed it, come up with it, changed it, and I think we found something that it actually works.
Carrie was so good at just trusting me and just laying everything out on the table, really.
But I'll make the best of a bad situation. Of a bad situation. Everybody, bad situation. Bad situation.
We all, consume music differently, and we all feel music differently. So I think people create music and it can be very healing for them and a very cathartic process. And then as fans, as music listeners as well, we all take it in differently. That's another way that it changes people's worlds, doesn't it? How you use music.
Sitting in my cell, reminiscing, wondering how it's come to this. I come from good kin, you strip away my skill. A good heart you surely find.
It was sort of my role in the Canal prison. It was about being in your prison cells, lemons, In case you don't know, I had a big drug problem for a long, long time, so most of my songs are about my past and the rest. So that's where it's coming from, basically.
All the stress and strife until your next hit of Halloween.
That drugs in life ain't no wife, no best friend.
Sitting in my cell, reminiscing, wondering how it
The vibe here has been fantastic. Everybody's been so friendly, and I can see that they've been cooperating really well together. And we've just had a show where we've heard some fantastic new songs that wouldn't have existed if this hadn't happened today.
Times are hard. I know you're strong.
We went in and started talking about the whole theme of this year, about how music can change the world. Our song is definitely pointed at the song talking to one person, because we kind of thought that the best way to change the world is by one person at a time. I had great fun. It was really, really good. I really enjoyed working with you, and we get on like a house on fire.
Kind you are. Oh, 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 oh. Look at me.
Can songs change the world? I think they've changed the world today. I mean, I feel a bit emotional saying that now. We started today with people who've been displaced, misunderstood, not seen, incarcerated, taken away from their own power, come together with songwriters who tell stories through Americana, and they've created 3 or 4 minutes of exceptional beauty.
All I ever needed was my cheap radio. Put it to my ear, found a place of my own. You sing of love and peace for me when I'm alone. I'd stay there forever, but they won't let me.
There was a concept that came quite early when Maria was just telling us about her childhood, difficult childhood, kind of an unhappy home. And she said that her escape was going and putting her transistor radio to her ear.
Amazing. Yeah, I think Maria's story was really relatable, at least for me, just because throughout life, regardless what's happened, good or bad, music's always had that ability to take you out of whatever the situation is and put you into a completely safe area that you can create for yourself, whether it's someone else's music or music that you're making. So we kind of wanted to build on that.
Free to be happy and sing their own song. I'll give them what I never had. A happier home.
I've been blown away. It exceeded all my expectations, both of the individuals getting on and the amount of love that's been shown, unconditional love that's been shown by strangers to each other to write songs.
Oh, you gotta free your mind. Oh, you gotta free your mind. Forget what's in the box, it's what you got inside. And everything you see is living in your mind.
Today's been awesome. We just got writing from the off. And cleverly, when we were talking, Chris was jotting down things that I was saying, which came to be material concept for the song, like concept ideas for the song. And the concept is basically that music's a saviour and TV is not.
You gotta free your mind. To lead a life of drinking drugs, they say it's bad for your health, but what you see in your screens changes your perception of self. And once they change it, they arrange it so for you to do well, you need to spend your hard-earned money on what they're trying to sell. But I ain't buying it, cause I was sat in the cell and all I had was the telly and the pad to myself. But once I saw the propaganda spoon-fed every minute, I took an oath within myself to take the TV and bin it. Forget what's in the box, you what we got inside. Look inside the music, you can use it to free your mind.
Today, the energy that we feel around us has changed. My perceptions of people who've been in any kind of justice system has changed. The world is a better place because of the day we've had today.
Broke man, locked door. I try to find some happy from before the fall. Hold fast, breathe slow. I'm struggling for the wisdom that I need to know.
We started talking, and we started talking around the subject of damage, because of the damage that I personally caused to myself and other people in my life.
I have never written a song like been influenced by the conversation. Normally I'm an emotional writer, whether happy or sad, but this time like we was just chatting away, and the next minute with flipping goggles on, we're deep.
I have to face the truth, I can't hide or run.
The purpose of Finding Rhythms really is to capture how music is a catalyst to empower people. The charity is a redemptive opportunity for people to go back into that environment and be given a second chance to try again and to go back into society and live the life that they really want to live.
There's no more me left, I'm walking with ghosts every day with this mess. Repented for my sins, on my knees will I be blessed, or am I cursed with all the dirt and that I've said? Please God, hear my cry, car the old me has left. I want to be back to the future, car my beating in my chest.
It's nice to have partnerships with people like AMA UK so that we can do projects like this, work together and see where the MU can really play a role in helping a particular community.
I'm trying to build a bridge from the damage done.
I think Americana is developing all the time. It's a broad church getting broader. There is always more inclusion, and just as an organisation giving more people opportunities, trying to broaden the work that we do, the opportunity we create for our membership, which is something we really want to focus on going forward.
Rock bottom, now that man is gone. Rock bottom, now that man is gone.